Okay, it's Woody again, bringing you more trail wisdom, out looking at same situation. I'm on a section of COD a little further to the town side or east on COD, and as you can see again, it's very flat, very easy, very much a very beginner friendly, family friendly kind of ride, but it spits you out into a section of COD that is not beginner friendly and is not family friendly unless you got really good kids, which there are a lot of those. I don't know what that old road number was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it basically formed a giant horseshoe into this area. And I can see that, that kind of penetrated an important wildlife area in terms of probably big game, I'm guessing off the top of my head, and winter habitat. So I get that, but again, I've never ridden that whole section of road by any stretch of the imagination, but obviously people did. People very much did enjoy that loop road. And as we walk up and cross the old road obliteration, we can certainly see that there is in fact a social trail. And here is a social trail right in front of us that is following that old road. And that's telling me that this had a tremendous amount of use, probably more than perhaps some people would have guessed. But it was an important recreational corridor. And when those get taken away from the public, from the recreating public, oftentimes they will redevelop. Users basically create the user experience that they're looking for. And that's been going on for a long time, whether that's climbers, basically walking in a trail to get to a climbing area, or fishermen trying to get to a fishing hole, hikers. There are social trails within the wilderness areas, of course. But certainly, down here, this is going to be predominant mountain biking use. But looking at this right now and looking at the tracks, I'm not seeing mountain bike tracks. I'm actually seeing footprints. So this was definitely something that was used previously by hikers, walkers, dog walkers, and trail runners. And again, when you take those away, you take away those trail experiences, it's just going to recreate, especially in an open corridor area. Vegetation is ridiculously thin here. Controlled burns, logging, all of those things are reducing vegetation, and vegetation typically is one of the best ways that you can manage social trail development. Back where I came from in North Carolina, it's ridiculously thick. It's a temperate rainforest. Vegetation is super thick, and we just don't see a lot of social trail development happening there. But in this particular forest, it's very, very open. Spacing between the trees is increasing tremendously. Understory is getting burned pretty regularly. And therefore, we just don't have, vegetation to effectively manage users and to prevent social trail development. And so the key is going to be better planning, better understanding of what it is that the recreating public trail users want, and providing that. Because if we don't do it as trail managers, as trail stewards, then the reality is that trail users are going to provide for themselves. That's just reality. And anytime we take an old roadbed like this, even though it was not a trail, but it functioned like a trail in terms of carrying recreational use, anytime we reduce the inventory, then that's a problem. We're going in the wrong direction. As we have increased trail use due to population growth and due to more users getting out on trails, we saw a big spike in COVID. But as we see that happening, we need to be, increasing our trail inventory in a smart way, in a planned way, but we don't need to be decreasing our trail inventory because when we do that, then again, these kinds of things are just going to continue to pop up. There's a lot of effort that was put into this road obliteration. It certainly is good in that, people are no longer driving this road. We used to have a problem with vagrant camping out in a really nice viewpoint. And obviously you can no longer drive this in your vehicle. But the trail has just reestablished itself, and we're going to see that pattern repeat itself unless we do more better understanding of trail use and what users want. And again, I would suggest that road to trail conversions are going to be really important in the future.